We're back in singles action today on Schmoedown as two players are looking to finally get in the win column in Schmoedown. But which one will it be? Let's find out now on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. And welcome back. JTH here, donning a stolen Eric Zipper shirt. But don't worry, he won't know. He's got about 50 of them. His words, not mine. So today on Schmoedown singles action, we've got the returning, the kid, Brendan Meyer, Schmoedown's gimmick of Chris Clark, showing his, respect and donning and talking about all the accolades and accomplishments to one William the Beast Bibbiani. Will be taking on Drew Grant. Now, I'm not going to lie because, why would I do that? As usual, when it comes to a new player here on Schmoedown, Drew Grant, the name does not ring a bell. However, if anything Schmoedown has told us over the years is that any player can be a complete unknown and come in and just bust the doors down, like many players. Ethan Irwin, for many people, probably William Bibbiani, Chance Ellison, Paul Oyama. The list goes on and on. You don't have to be a relatively known person before you come to Schmoedown to really show that you know your stuff. Brendan Meyer, on the other hand, is quite known. As I talked about, they're apparently making him Chris Clark light, only he's on Schmoedown television itself, so I guess that would make him the Chris Clark of Schmoedown. I really don't know how that works, but it's been really interesting to see how this has gone. It's kind of funny when people have been talking about the Brendan Meyer Bibbiani stuff. I was kind of the first person to kind of bring up. I'm like, people, don't you realize what they're doing? They're making him Chris Clark. It's the person that is. It's the diehard fan, particularly to William Bibbiani. So it makes it even more recognizable to me anyway, just boasting and bragging about Bibbiani's accolades and accomplishments, and Bibbiani's just, I'm pretty smart, yeah, and then it just turns into that awkward, it's kind of like they're telling this story of like, what would happen if your number one fanatic, just followed you all around, and so far so good. I've really enjoyed how they've been doing it, and it's like even the Rundown guys didn't seem to figure out at first what they were. And I posted on one of their chats one time. I think it was the one right after the live show. I was like, guys, don't you get it? He's Chris Clark. You know him pretty well, I would say. And then Frank, replied to me. He was like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, I'm trying to remember exactly what the term he used. He's like Chris Clarkatar. Not even sure what he was trying to say, but needless to say, he's being Chris Clark. That's all we need to say about that. And so being at the Free for All 3, obviously the big talk after Free for All 3, other than the billion zillion rounds that William Bibbiani, surprise, ended up lasting. Brendan Meyer was kind of the talk of the entire event. Post show. In fact, a lot of people probably thought that if Bibbiani had not gotten to where he was, Brendan Meyer could very well have been the MVP of the show. I think if Bibbiani had even gotten to the final 10, but got knocked out like 10th to last, I still think Brendan Meyer probably would have won the MVP, just simply because Brendan Meyer's performance kind of came out of nowhere, and so giving him the accolades of that kind of would have been, deserved. But we're going to see now how he can come back from such a remarkable performance. Have we now put some expectations on him that he may or may not be able to fulfill? Obviously, he's 0-1. He was outdueled by Paul Yama in his debut match. So let's find out exactly how Brendan Meyer will respond from a heartbreaking loss in his debut singles match, and then a phenomenal performance in the free-for-all against a brand new unknown player that I know absolutely nothing about and can't really say anything about because question mark. That's all about I can say about them. So apologies to the player. Let's see what they will give us in 3, 2, and 1.
Tonight, who's ready for some matches, huh?
Nay!
We're here for a show. We're going to give you a show. Let's start the Schmoedown.
Questions are going to be asked to the field. Questions come from different categories.
Oh, that's right. I'm about to see somebody that I know.
They are each worth 1 point. Jack Bauer, 24.
Following question comes to you from Jeremy Hasty.
Hey, I know that guy. I think I saw him at work today. Name. His hair looks a little bit too long. He needs to get a haircut.
2-point steal for
The streak was over. Let's start with the marker test before we even get started because we've got a little bit of time to go. Marker works. No! The Blues Brothers.
Schmoedown, as we know, we got a little bit of a WWE flavor to it.
Ah! You slapped me! Yeah, that's about that. You failed! Love that intro. That was because I get to see that person that I recognize. Oh, what? Oh, hello, the kid.
Might as well help out. We're all the time. Oh, hey, Mr. Beast. Yeah. I'm here. I'm at the studio. I'm excited for my next match. Excited to get back into singles. Yep. Done everything you told me. Been studying the game. Yep. Yes. Of course. Yes. You got it. Yep. All right. Hey, look, I just appreciate all your help, and I'll see you soon. All right. Yeah, actually, I'll see you at the Dave Matthews Band concert, right? Huh? Mr. Beast? Mr. Beast? Well, guess I'll see him there.
That was total Muppet phone. Yep. Oh, no, it's too late. Drat, too busy being a Muppet. Oh, shucks.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the...
You are looking live from Collider Studios in Burbank, California. Hello, Mark. Hello, Ken. Half the gang's here, but I'm sure the whole gang is there.
Why you should enjoy the galaxy far, far away. That's Ken Knapsack. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Ken, when you're not
plug in the book.
You are
and now he's got a book.
And boy, do we have a good one today with a couple of relatively newcomers and even somebody making their debut.
Making their debut. That's so exciting when we welcome a new face, a new personality, new competitor to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. So happy to be with you. You were a star of my favorite 80s show, Magnum P.I., and I enjoy being here with you.
Wait a minute. Is that a Tom Selleck?
This is going to be a
Tom Selleck gag?
Unknown.
No, probably not.
We don't know what we're going to get with one of these competitors, and another one is still relatively new and is out to prove himself even more after a tough loss to start his career.
Yeah, let's talk about Brendan the Kid Meyer, because he was a highly touted newcomer to the league this year, somebody who studied matches. He was a huge fan. He's an actor of note, so he's all these things, Ken, and he just wasn't able to win his first match, but the first
just didn't know his U.S. geography.
When you're talking
what a
about
shame.
A career, and Brendan Meyer showed a lot of promise in in his debut performance.
Look, I as someone who loses first and often,
Yeah,
I can tell you can recover from these things. And Brendan had a tough match against Paul Oyama, who is one of these new upstarts in the league. I've had
doing
some
a lot of
moments
this
with him too. He's a talented competitor. You gotta give him that, even though he well, I just have some strong opinions about it. But the kid
We know.
is here.
We've heard.
Yes, he has an 0-1 record, but he goes to the free-for-all.
Yes.
Where dreams can happen.
Where dreams are made.
He put on a big showing at the free-for-all. You were there.
I was there.
I was there. So were you, Ken.
While you were probably finishing up the closing chapters of this book, Why We Love Star Wars.
In truth, I was day drinking.
Probably. That's what authors do.
Yeah.
So you're a first-time author, and we have a first-time competitor here in Video Drew, someone I've known for a few years now in these entertainment world circles, but she's somebody who brings a lot of knowledge to the table. But Ken, it's always the same question to ask. Can you put it together and have it at the forefront of your brain in those 15 seconds when you need to come up with the correct answer?
Absolutely. Taco Tuesday seems great till you get to the restaurant and the plate keeps on coming. You've got to sit here and ask yourself, am I really ready? Am I just ready because I saw it on a screen? We always talk about the lights. It's not just the literal. I mean, the lights, they make me look more bald than I am, but also it really adds pressure.
Don't say that,
it's
Ken.
negative spiritual stress that comes down on you. But I was talking to Video Drew before, and she seems very confident and ready to make her mark here in the Schmoedown.
And Taco Tuesday, nice reminder that you are taking some of that book money and taking me out to Brazilian Steakhouse Fogo de Chao as soon as we are done here today. I knew that would get a rise out of the crowd. Let's take a look.
I could go for a Red Lobster myself.
I'm really excited going into my second singles match. Wasn't able to get it done in my debut, but I was up against a tough opponent.
Brendan Meyer kind of
Sounds like Mike Kalinowski's music early on.
Fan of the league, and he is ready for
Is this the thing he
shot.
used? This thing sounds familiar.
I feel like I learned a lot about how to play the game in that first match. I think I can do better than that, and I'm happy with that for the first show.
I think Brendan held up okay, and I look forward to seeing more from him as well.
We have an upset Cinderella story in the making.
Look at this kid.
The kid! Wow. What an ovation for the kid!
And also coming off a free-for-all, I feel like I finally showed that I can't compete in this league, but today's match is all about showing that I can win.
Hi, my name is Video Drew, and I'm competing in Schmoedown. And I'm going to win this tournament, and I'm going to win every tournament, and then I'm going to rule over Schmoedown. It's my first time, but I am very confident.
I honestly am not totally sure what to expect with Drew Grant. I'm expecting her to be great. I'm expecting that if she wants to get in there, she feels confident and probably knows a ton about movies and loves movies like everybody else. But yeah, I don't have a lot of backstory on her, so it'll be an interesting thing to see what kind of match it's going to be.
Video Drew's strengths, besides everything, are horror movies. My weaknesses are political dramas, hot guys, and probably some stuff about directors.
You know, getting advice, William the Beast Bibiani has given me a lot of advice and encouragement. He even sent me a note today wishing me luck for my match. And, it means a lot when you've got someone like the Beast, one of the all-time greats, kind of giving you support, and it makes you feel more accepted in the league and more comfortable when you step out under the lights.
I might not know all your big franchises, but I know the details, and that's what's important in this game. Know your opponent's weaknesses, strategize, and then burn it all to the ground.
Well, I'm hoping that they can expect to see showings more like at the free-for-all. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge. I'm really putting effort in here, so I would expect to see good things.
I'm going to be going one-on-one against Brendan Meyer. I love his work, VOA, Goosebumps. I think that he has a lot going for him in about 10 years. As a young man with a whole life ahead of him, he should drop out now before he gets creamed by Video Drew.
Drew, I'm looking forward to playing you. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I know, hey, my first match, I made a couple mistakes. It was tough under there. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, so I wish you luck, and it's going to be tough. And for the rest of the league, I'm expecting to win this one and coming for the rest of you.
Rule number one when it comes to introducing yourself. You don't tell what your strengths are right off the bat.
Look, Drew,
Let them at least read the shirt first. The I like horror movies. And then they might figure it out.
Landscape, are you going to be a face? Are you going to be heel? Are you still finding your way?
It's like me. I'm wearing the Superman shirt. My strengths are obviously dramedies.
What sort of character is brewing there? And then with Brendan the Kid Meyer, I mean, everybody out there just wants to adopt this lovable son of a bitch.
Well, you know, yeah, the Beast.
Hey, that's a lovable son of a bitch.
Tony Stark to a Peter Parker type of situation. Beast not here today, so I guess you're on your own already, kid. But you know, you're right. There's something you just kind of look at it and be like, hey, you seem like a good dude, you know?
Good dude, and
just like me.
We're going to find out all about her racket. And in the meantime, Ken, let's go to the tail of the tape. Do we know anything about either one of these?
Yeah,
people?
well, you know, tail.
No, not really, but let's give it a whirl.
Actors, just actors in general, knowing them. Rom-coms and horror, which, if you're, you know, from a certain point of view, is the same thing. And then Brendan Meyer, talked to him. You know, the kid says very confidently, directors, Oscars. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go. Are you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
And being nice. I can't wait to see that category. Probably got my face.
As well. And with that, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Yay!
Handling the introduction.
3 rounds to finish.
Typewriter, Ken Knapsack.
Absolutely. Change that ribbon often. Here we go. Introducing first. Making her movie trivia.
Oh no! Usually when I hear this music, I see something spinning, and then someone dies, and blood.
Look at this. Feeling the crowd.
I like it.
Very spiritual. And
oh no! Oh, that scared me.
Is that Blair Witch?
It scares me. It takes me back to 1999. Oh boy, I didn't like that when he came down. He's in the corner,
making eyes right at you, Ken.
Like wow. she.
Look at this.
Is she an undead warrior? Like
keep my eye on you.
She's a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Not undead at all.
I've seen
big
some of the
Twilight
folks
Zone fan.
You hang out with though.
Yeah.
All right, and her opponent with a record of 0 wins.
That's right, I said 0 wins.
Here is Brendan the Kid Meyer.
There's Brendan.
Look at
it.
He's out. That's a nice guy.
Drew,
such a nice guy. I am too. That's why I get 50 billion dislikes.
Unclear if Video Drew has seen the second season of the OA. We're about to find out all of these things. Brendan Meyer, Video Drew, welcome back to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Drew, very happy to have you for your debut performance here in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Video Drew is very happy to be here.
Video Drew speaks in the third person. I like Video Drew. Mark Ellis likes Video Drew. We are going to talk about the rules now in round number 1. Round number 1.
JTH likes Video Drew too. If I can actually say my words right. JTH is dumb. Me dumb.
Round number 1. As soon as we ask the question, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to the camera.
If anything, I usually don't, because there's not usually anything on it.
I'll remind each competitor, throughout the duration of the 3-round match, you have 3 usages of the JTE rule. So if you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to repeat it, you just want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule.
You want to stall.
Challenge to be used at any time throughout the 3-round match. With that, Brendan, the Kid Meyer, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Good to see you, son. Video Drew, you ready to make your debut?
Video Drew is inevitable.
Video Drew is inevitable. And let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay!
All right. Asking the first question will be Ken Knapsack. And Ken, what is our inaugural category today?
All right. Question number 1 comes in the category of dramas. What 2007 World War II era drama stars Keira Knightley, James McAvoy, and Saoirse Ronan?
I think you got that.
Got it relative. I sound like I'm Saoirse Ronan. Sound like my dentures are about to fall out. That's all I know.
Ken Knapsack has dentures, and we learned something new. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
Heads down, Drew.
We're off to a great start.
Atonement?
It is Atonement. Yes. Drew, did you have it?
Video Drew says atonement.
Video Drew is correct.
All right.
With atonement.
All righty.
So each competitor on the board. Now, your next question comes from the world of coming-of-age movies. So coming-of-age films. In what coming-of-age film does Jesse Eisenberg play a character who works at an amusement park for the summer? Your best summer job there, Ken?
Delivering office supplies, though I did get stuck at an amusement park for 4 days before anyone found me.
Is that true?
Is that true?
I wish it was.
That's a shit. Okay. I believe it is Adventureland.
1. Pens down. And Drew, what do you got?
Video Drew decrees Adventureland.
The decree is
Yay!
ratified. 1 point. Brendan?
Adventureland.
He also had Adventureland.
Yay! I got one.
This is reminding me of the Deion Sanders press conference. Question 3 comes in the category of
Deion Sanders, where?
2010s. In La La Land, who plays Bill, the owner of the restaurant, who fires Sebastian for playing jazz music instead of the traditional Christmas set list?
I got to say, it's a tough call. I'd probably fire him, too.
I would have.
The customers are here to celebrate in the season of giving, not to listen to your dumb jazz.
Customers are always right, especially Sonic the Hedgehog customers.
4, 3. He's got human teeth. 2.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
Does Drew have it?
Video Drew guesses Pharrell.
Video Drew, incorrect guess.
Incorrect, but
That's a great answer. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill.
Next question,
Science rules.
Sci-fi. Fantasy/science fiction. Based off a Roald Dahl book, this film centers around a wonderful little girl who is a genius with a great teacher and bad parents.
yeah, I remember this one hit theaters.
Wonderful little girl says who, I ask. Because kids, on the whole, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Matilda?
1. Pens down, go to Video Drew.
Video Drew commands Matilda.
That is true.
We'll adhere to your command with a point. Does Brendan Meyer have it?
Yeah, I'll just Matilda.
I don't command nothing. Matilda.
To say,
it's not
Brendan
nice
Meyer's
to
in the
command
lead,
people.
But it seems like his answers are a lot boring.
More boring.
Yeah. To the table.
5th question comes in the category of animated. This Pixar regular voiced Yeti, a.k.a. the Abominable Snowman, in Monsters, Inc.
What is that guy's name?
I want to start a big
Lord.
And no one wants to join.
I know one guy, and his name is Jose Canseco.
He does. I tried.
5, 4, 3.
I cannot.
2.
I can't pull it.
And 1. Pens
I'm
down, and
I'm
we
ashamed.
Go to Brendan Meyer. Did he have it?
John Ratzenberger?
That's correct.
That's
it is John Ratzenberger. Does Video Drew have it?
Video Drew states John Goodman.
Did not have it.
Statement is inaccurate, so now Brendan Meyer with a 2-point lead over
Never would have
Video
pulled
Drew.
that.
Move on to our next category, and that would be the world of comedies. Give it Good laugh, especially from Brandon Hanna.
Haha.
Kid's really giving it his all.
Ben Fakeman. Ben Fakeman in the audience. I made that gift just for him.
I'm in that spot right now. Just
Go
go
with
with
me.
it.
Question?
Go with it.
Which beloved SNL performer had his final starring role in the 1998 Western comedy Almost Heroes?
It's either Chris Farley or Phil Hartman.
Winners have been on the road a lot lately.
I'll go Chris Farley. What the hell?
Been doing
Can
very
you
well on the road.
repeat the question?
I can use one of your 3 JT rules. Which beloved SNL performer had his final
either
starring
Farley or
role
Phil
in the
Hartman.
1998 Western comedy Almost Heroes?
It sounds more like a movie that Farley would do.
Moved to Los Angeles.
Graduated high school myself. 5, 4, 3.
So we will go with Chris Farley.
1. Pens down. Going to you, Video Drew.
Video Drew queries Chris Farley.
That's correct.
Yes, Chris Farley.
There we go. They both answered very different fashion, but they both get a point. Ken, 6-4, Brendan.
I like every time Brendan answers, he wonders, should I add more to my answer? It's okay. You're good. You're
Very
good.
apologetic
trying,
answers from the kid.
Question 7 comes in the category of horror/thriller. While Christopher Lee played this character 9 times, Gary Oldman got his chance in 1992. Name the character.
Is Christopher Lee mentioned in...
This was actually a very similar question was just asked on a Full Metal match. What are the odds?
5.
I would never have known it otherwise. Dracula.
1. Pens down, going to you, Brendan.
Dracula.
It is
Blah,
Dracula.
blah, blah.
Video Drew is a fan of Dracula.
Absolutely. 7-5.
Not a
7-5.
stretch.
Thank you,
And
Full
that-
Metal Trivia, for
and our
asking a
last
question
in round
very
number
similar
one
to
is
that.
A Patreon question. This comes to us courtesy of Jake Hammer. Jake.
Oh, not me.
Hammer.
Oh, hammer. Wait a minute.
Thank you for supporting the movie.
I
Trivia
hope
Schmoedown
y'all
Patreon.
didn't
Jake, if you
put
wanna
my
have your
question
name
for
read by
Jeff's
a
match
voice,
again.
choose mine on a future episode
'Cause
of
Jeff
Movie
will
Trivia
not be
Schmoedown. Check out
happy.
our Patreon to select which tier
I'm
is
willing to
for
bet
you.
Jeff will not
Jake
know
Hammer
what that
wanted
answer
category
is.
action adventure with a name like
And he's
Jake
gonna
Hammer.
hate
I
me
can
again.
understand that.
Please,
And Kevin
please,
Brendan
I
Meyer
beg
was
of you, I hope you did not
perfect
use my
round.
question for
I love a perfect round.
the odd couple
Usually
match.
2 Pilsners and
Please.
Corona, but this is even better.
All right, another window.
Now
into
I'm
the
afraid.
process.
I'm afraid of what match it's gonna show up in. I had a slight feeling it could have been this match, but
Robert Carlyle plays a Bond villain that feels no pain in which James Bond?
oh,
I guess feeling no pain probably after a couple pilsners.
Yeah, no.
Corona.
You're down. When I hear the name Carlisle, I think of Deputy Carlisle from Young Guns, too.
I think of it's a town in Pennsylvania where the Redskins used to.
I actually like this movie a lot more than most people.
Dickinson
One.
College?
The world is not
Down,
enough.
We need some answers.
Drew Grant.
Video Drew hates Bond. Goldfinger.
Oh,
It is
no!
Goldfinger, unfortunately.
No!
Does the kid have it
The
for
world is not
perfect
enough.
The
round?
world is not enough.
The man has
Yes,
a
there you
perfect
go.
round.
And, oh, he got perfect round too. I just realized
Wow.
that.
Perfect round.
Tough thing, and not making your debut, but Ken, Video Drew doing very well in round number 1 with 5
He
points.
did.
But the kid throwing a perfect.
I
game
actually
thus
liked
far,
how
and
I
we'll
fared
see
also.
In the bonus question,
Surprisingly.
this is asked just to you, Brendan, so you can just feel
Okay.
free to answer into the microphone, and it
You
will
got
be
it.
asked by the 4 Pilsners deep, Ken Knapsack.
All
Oh,
right. As Rob
Pilsners.
Porter used to say, well,
You mean
now it's
Pillsbury?
James
I like
Bond,
Pillsbury.
It's gonna be great. What 2017 dramedy follows a man who escapes life as a captive in an underground bunker and sets out to make a movie of the only TV show he has ever known?
Brigsby Bear?
That's correct for another point.
All right.
Nice
Look
pull.
at that.
Never heard of it.
9-5, and the kid goes into round number 2.
I've heard of the Bad News Bears. I've heard of the Chicago Bears.
Can happen because it is the wheel
Rigsby
round, the wheel of
Bear.
Fate, Doom,
Hmm.
and Justice. On that third wheel, you're
I've
going
heard
to
of the
see
3 Little Bears.
fan favorite opponent's choice and the competitor desired spinner's choice, along with 10 categories. 10
Heard of
different
Goldilocks and
genres in
3
the movie trivia
Bears.
Schmoedown Galaxy.
Heard of
Each wedge contains
Brother
4
Bear.
questions. Each question's worth 2 points.
Heard of,
No penalty for missing a question. However, there is stealing available in round number 2. So if
What other
a
bears do I
competitor
know
misses a
of?
question, we will ask your opponent if they can fill in the right answer. If you're not sure,
Heard of
what the
Poe,
answer is, ask us for
Kung
multiple
Fu
choice.
Bear.
We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that
I'm
point,
running
the
out of
question
answers
goes down
here.
to
I'm
1.
sorry.
So this is the wheel round, so each competitor gets a spin at the wheel. Brendan Meyer, you find yourself at a 4-point advantage.
Super
over
Bear,
Drew. Do you
that
want to spin
one?
first, or do you want to defer to Drew?
I will defer.
Should defer.
All right,
And
so
That is very gentlemanly of you.
she's going to get up there.
The
Good
kid
chance
winning
to
Video Drew
remind
over.
everyone today's wheel is sponsored by our Schmoedown patron Jake Burnham on patreon.com/Schmoedown.
Jake Burnham.
The sponsored wheel slices for today's matches are Ron Howard, Little Ronnie Howard, and War Movies. Thank you, Jake. All right,
Thank
Drew.
you, Ken, for picking that up.
You got it. Spin for the wheel, not the pegs.
Wow.
That's a good way to get through life, actually.
Okay, she
Spin
spun
is in.
Jake's wheel.
I like that spin.
And
Is
it's
it
Nicole Kidman,
Nicole
almost
Kidman?
par.
You can decide to keep that or spin again. She's going to go with Nicole Kidman.
Interesting.
Nicole
Keep Nicole
Kidman
Kidman.
movies.
All right, so Nicole Kidman questions. You may return to your perch. Video Drew.
I like that.
Your perch.
Though, if I bet it was.
I once
Indiana,
caught a
he'd just
perch.
Stand in the corner there and answer questions from afar.
It is nice to have
It's-
competitors seated.
It's worked for him, yeah.
All right, Drew, I'll be asking you your questions. 4 in the world of Nicole Kidman. And your first question. In 2013's The Railway Man, who stars as a former British soldier tortured by the memory of his time as a Japanese prisoner of war during World War II?
Multiple choice says Video Drew.
Video Drew has the options of A, Christian Bale, B, Hugh Laurie, C, Colin Firth, or D, Sean Bean.
Hugh Laurie.
Video Drew says A.
That is incorrect. So for the steal, your options are Christian Bale, Hugh Laurie, Colin Firth or Sean Bean?
Colin Firth.
Give the kid a point.
Point steal.
Got a steal.
Point steal.
All right.
Video
next
Drew
up
thinks
for
that was rude.
Video Drew, in the world of Nicole Kidman movies. Who directed Colin Farrell, Nicole Kidman, and Kirsten Dunst in the remake of The Beguiled?
Multiple choices, Video Drew.
Is it A, Catherine Bigelow, B, Clint Eastwood, C, Sofia Coppola, or D, Tom Hooper?
C.
That would be C.
Sophia Coppola for a point.
That's a point.
And
That was a
Video
guess
Drew
by me.
is on
Apparently she
board
knew it.
here in round number 2.
Yikes.
Next question. Who plays India, the daughter of Nicole Kidman's character in the 2013 film Stoker?
Video Drew asked for multiple choice.
Video Drew can have multiple choice. Is it A, Carey Mulligan, B, Maya Wasikowska, C, Keira Knightley, or D, Saoirse Ronan?
A.
Can you repeat the question?
I certainly can. Who plays India, the daughter of Nicole Kidman's character in the 2013 film Stoker?
I'm going to go with Mia Wachowski, says Video Drew.
We'll give it to you. She got the right answer. It's 1 point. And with that, Video Drew has pulled to within 3 of Brendan Meyer. And she still has one more question remaining in round number 2, the category of Nicole Kidman. And your last question is, who directed Nicole Kidman in the 2004 remake of The Stepford Wives?
Does Video Drew have one more multiple choice?
You can use multiple choice as long as you want.
Then Video Drew will use multiple choice.
Then Mark Ellis will give it to you. Is it A, Nora Ephron, B, Barry Sonnenfeld, C, Frank Oz, or D, Barry Levinson?
B.
Would you repeat the question for Video Drew?
That's your last usage
Final
of the JT
JT.
rule. Who directed Nicole Kidman?
I'll
in
say
the
Barry
2004
Sonnenfeld, just because I think he's
remake
the
of
guy that did Men in
Stepford
Black.
Wives? And your options are A, Nora Ephron, B, Barry Sonnenfeld, C, Frank Oz, or D, Barry Levinson?
Video Drew knows Frank Oz, so she will go there.
Wow, 1
Frank
point
Oz.
for Video
Oh.
Drew. And
It's-
so
it's the
negotiating
Muppet
the
Man.
Nicole Kidman category,
Can't
very
believe I
well
fell
still
for
Brendan Meyer,
Muppet
but Drew
Man.
pulls to within 2 points of the kids' lead. That was a pretty impressive negotiation of round number 2, Ken.
She's doing it here. It's not all about the big glory 2-point answer. Sometimes you need to keep pace, and that's more valuable. But Brendan is up to spend now.
That's right. Here comes the kid. Lucky,
Let's go, the kid, plucky, skipping up there.
happy-go-lucky,
Skipping on up there, Mark.
resilient, representing Tim Hortons from the Great North.
Who hears a who?
Comic book
He gets
movies.
comic movies.
Huh? Oh,
He's gonna
he
spin
wanted
again.
that Oscar
No,
award bad.
He did. He did. He's
you
taking that
can't
risk.
get away from
He's looking for
Superman.
something he doesn't like.
Boo!
Spin is in. It's coming on in. Video Drew is trying to put a hex on him. There
This
is
could
it.
be
Spin.
Spinner's
Spinner's
choice.
choice.
Oh.
Spinner's choice.
Well, the kid almost got Oscar.
I
movies. He's
pick
gonna be happy
opponent's
that he won with
choice.
Oscar movies.
Is
Does he
that
go
what
in a
he
different direction?
wants? He's going with directors. He's going with directors. All right, 4 questions in the category
All right.
of directors. You do have
Okay.
multiple choice. You have all of your JT rules left.
Okay.
4 questions. Category directors. Robert Zemeckis made his directorial debut on what feature-length film that came out in 1978?
Interesting.
Used cars?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Does Video Drew have a steal in her?
For 2 points.
For 2 points.
American Werewolf in London?
Incorrect. Looking for I Want to Hold Your Hand, but good guess. Good
I
answer.
wanna hold
There.
your
Is
hand.
that a Beatles movie?
It is, sir.
Is
it
it really?
is. Yeah,
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, I tell you something.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They never did a Dave Clark 5 movie.
Not yet.
All right, not yet.
Yeah.
Right, second
It's
question,
2019. They'll make
category
anything nowadays.
Robert Altman directed what 2000s film about a group of pretentious, rich, and famous coming together at a hunting resort only to become suspects when a murder occurs?
Gosford Park.
That is correct for 2
Wow.
points.
Kid knew that one.
Sorry for the
He was
stumble.
glad all over when he heard that question. So
Question number
Park Five
three. Question number three. Ava DuVernay made her feature film directorial debut with this 2010 independent film, which she also wrote and produced.
I'm going to have to go multiple on this one.
All right. A, Fish Tank. B, Inside Job. C, Nowhere Boy. D, I Will Follow.
I'll say.
I will follow.
That's correct for a point. That's correct for
Getting a chance to give my opinion. My wrong answer wouldn't have been
that's
close.
a good reference to a song I enjoy.
Thanks.
All right.
Here for you.
Here we go. All right, final question. Final question.
This could get Brendan to a 7-point advantage going into round number 3. Big question right here, Ken.
All right. Who directed and appeared in 1993's Rookie of the Year?
Ooh.
Have to go multiple choice on that one.
A, Bill Paxton. B,
No.
Daniel Stern. C, Tony Danza.
No.
D, Timothy Busfield.
It's either B or D. Daniel Stern.
Timothy Busfield?
Incorrect. Video Drew, do you have a steal? I'll give you the answers again. A, Bill Paxton. B, Daniel Stern. C, Tony Danza. D, Timothy Busfield.
Video Drew says Tony Danza.
Incorrect. Looking for Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern.
Ah,
Daniel
got one.
Stern.
Got one over the kid. Sign me up.
Great comedic actor.
I'm
All
the
right, so
man.
Brendan still has a lead. He got some great
I'm the
answers.
man, I'm the
Drew
man,
is
I'm the
striking
man.
distance mark
Yes,
now.
I am, yes, I
That's
am,
right, not
yes, I
exactly
am.
pulling away, and it's hard to do that. I mean, you get 4 questions, you have a maximum of 8 points. So
Those
while
those
Drew
director
doesn't steal
questions,
anything, I think that the
it's
kid,
funny
he
because
could have
if
that
I
source
remember
back. Maybe he
correctly,
goes with another one in his
Paul
bonus
Yama, when he
because
played
that
Brennan,
hindsight's
got
20/20, but we
directors,
are looking on
and
to round number
I
3.
think
this is the wheel.
Brendan was
It's the one after
expecting the
wheel round.
traditional
This is the
who
round that will
directed
determine
this,
your
who
fit.
directed
You
that,
guys each
and instead he
a
kind of
series
got
numbers that
those,
can range from 1 to 20. We
he
need
got the
3 numbers from each of
synopsis,
you. Those numbers are gonna
directorial
correspond to a different
question,
corner
he
of
got the
movie
2
trivia
feature
Schmoedown.
film
You know how.
stuff.
This
It was like,
question is really worth 2 points. Your next one's
he
worth 3
definitely
points,
got the
and your last one, should
questions
we make it that far, is worth
kind of
5
different from what I
points.
think
There's
he
no
was
stealing in round number 3. There's no
expecting.
penalty for missing a question. It's all a
So,
test of
not
you
really any
and
fault
you
of his
alone.
own, it's
So,
just
Brendan,
how the
find
questions fall
yourself with a
sometimes.
5-point advantage going into
Two,
round
two,
number
always
3.
pick
So
2.
we're going to get your 3 numbers first. What do you like?
1, 9, and 4.
1, 9.
You went all around it. You're
All right.
Uh,
and
all
Video
around
Drew,
like an
you need
archery
some
board.
numbers here now. You can now choose 1, 9, or 4.
13, 6. And can Video Drew pick 6 one more time?
You may not.
ah.
Then 5.
5 it is.
as
Mm.
close to 6 as you can
5
possibly
it
get.
I don't think that's actually a fair question. That's you know, can you double up on a number?
That's actually, I don't think we've ever had that
I've never
question
had that
before.
question before.
I
Yeah.
wanted to triple it.
I'll take 7 3 different times.
All right, so this means, Video Drew, you're going to have to answer your 2, potentially all questions first. It's a little pressure on you here now, but you've got some questions coming. Here's your 2-pointer. You chose number 13. Do you want to administer this, or you want me to?
You're doing great so far. It's Dan Marino's number.
That's
Go ahead.
right.
Yes, it
You
is.
know, never won a Super Bowl. That means Mark Rippon is better than him. All right.
Oh,
lovely. You
blasphemy.
chose number
Get off
13.
the
That is the
stage.
category of 90s movies. Your
Hey,
2-point
I was
question.
alive for a bunch of those years.
After being
In fact,
in
all of them.
London, an American werewolf went where in the sequel?
Video Drew says Paris.
That's correct for 2 points.
Yeah, I was actually
2
gonna guess
points.
that, too.
That's big. That's big.
Video Drew pulls.
It would have been a
from
guess.
two sets
Would have been
right.
exactly what I said it was, a
Right
guess.
Now she's looking squarely at tying the match potentially if she gets this next question right.
Absolutely. All right. You chose number 6. You wished it was 3 times that, but 6 comes in the category of action/adventure. Action/adventure.
Okay.
3-point question. What MCU actor stars as a man trying to save a kidnapped woman after receiving a random phone call in 2004's Cellular?
Don Cheadle.
Maybe Chris Evans.
That's correct for 3 points
Oh,
in a tie game.
wow.
And a tie
Actually, yeah,
game.
that would.
Look at
Be kinda
that.
close,
So
'cause
now
that
the kid's
Fantastic
gonna
Four movie
answer
was
a question
05.
Because he's staring
I
at
thought he
a
was.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was
So
way
he's
before his
give him
time.
2
I guess
points.
not.
And then we'll see how that shakes out because Brendan Meyer right now finds himself in the unique position of being tied with Video Drew. Brendan, you selected number 1 for your 2-point question. And that corresponds to the world of directors.
Okay.
And your question is, who directed 2016's Hunt for the Wilder People?
Taika Waititi. Well, no, it was the wrong pronunciation.
I can't give that to you. I'm sorry.
Oh, what? Okay, sorry.
Looking for Taika Waititi.
Oh, what? Okay.
Oh!
Can't do it.
That
Sorry.
sucks.
I'd love to give you
Sounds
a point, but
I wasn't. All right. That's
not
fine.
quite close enough.
No, that's fine. I mean, all right.
Almost had it.
Would
but
you have accepted Korg?
It is.
Oh, darn. All right. Okay.
You accepted
Still tied
Korg?
at 13, Ken. And now what's going to happen is we're going to bounce back to Drew.
If you'll pal Korg. Yeah, we got great Wi-Fi now. Here's the JTH residents. Hook it on up.
His really and his 3 and his 5.
Yeah, it's going to put a lot of pressure back on him there. But Video Drew chose number 5. Your 5-point question.
Wait,
will
shouldn't
come
he
in the
get his
category
3?
of Comic book movies.
Okay.
5-point question.
Thought he
Who
should get
plays
his 3 first.
Constantine's cab driver and apprentice, Chaz Kramer? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Video Drew's gonna guess Tilda Swinton, even though she knows that's wrong.
It is wrong. Great guess, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf was the
All right.
answer.
Oh!
So now it's back.
Shia
Game's
LaBeouf!
not over yet because
It's not
Brendan
over.
Meyer still
Tony
has to
Revolori
get
said
a
Constantine should be played by Shia
right
LaBeouf on
here.
movie
And
fights.
looking at his
What a
3,
connection.
So close on that Taika Waititi.
I didn't even know
He
that.
is right at
Never
the tip
actually
of his
saw
tongue,
that
just-
Keanu Reeves
maybe that's the Canadian
Constantine.
pronunciation of his name.
It might
I'm
be.
not
Yeah,
sure.
we might have to file some paperwork later on for that there.
I just saw it wrong in my head.
3-point question coming to you. You chose number 9. Number 9.
Okay, so number 9 corresponds to coming of age movies.
Number 9, number 9, number 9.
The 13-year-old are experiencing right now.
It's my coming of age match.
Your question is, who directed
Another director question.
Spectacular Now?
James Ponsoldt.
And your winner, Brendan the Kid Meyer.
Well played by both players.
Is correct.
Is the winning answer. Video Drew very gracious in defeat. She might have put a curse on him though, but that is a big, big win for the kid.
That was a really entertaining match. All props to Video Drew for coming in against a fierce competitor with, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, this kid. But Video Drew not blinking. She got a tough
Or is he a
round two.
sheep in
Managed
wolf's
to make her
clothing?
way through that and
You
made
must
the
ask
kid
yourself.
sweat, which is all you can hope for.
I
here.
really love what Video Drew brought to the competition today. A lot of knowledge across a lot of different categories. Just sometimes the wheel gets you, or your numbers get you there. So I thought she really did, though, show a lot of great movie knowledge, and hopefully she continues, and we'll see what she says after.
I would say that Video Drew made both Rod Serling and Jordan Peele very proud. And the kid, now this is the kid that we expected to see. I mean, look, he ran into a buzzsaw with Oyama, but maybe it's not the end of their storyline because, Brendan, you know that he's going to be itching for some revenge. He wants to climb into the singles rankings. He's got a lot on his mind, and it may ultimately end with a belt, Ken.
It may end with a belt, but it all
Maybe.
starts with
Let's
victory.
pump
First
the
of all,
brakes a
you know,
little bit. Let's
beating the kid, and
a little bit
should we hear
there.
from the competitors then?
Let's hear from the competitors. Jen Sturger, it's all yours.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Drew Grant. That was so close.
Sometimes you must lose in order to win on your opponents the next time.
Oh, okay. Well, what did you learn in that match against Brendan?
Their weaknesses, and that I don't know a lot of American comic book movies.
Yeah, that's a pretty big category to study, especially here at the Schmoedown. So, what did it's Video Drew, right?
Video Drew says yes.
What did Video Drew learn from Nicole Kidman? Were you a little surprised at the depth of those questions?
Video Drew is a huge Nicole Kidman fan, but was expecting other questions. Something about the others, maybe. Eyes Wide Shut. All my favorite Nicole Kidman movies.
And she would have been happy with those?
Yes, Video Drew. Definitely, as much as she can feel happiness, would have been happy. And she will be happy again.
Yes, she will. Speaking of, I hear she has a teammate coming up that's supposed to take the Schmoedown by storm. Can you tell me who that may be?
I cannot tell you who it will be. I just know that Video Drew has formed an alliance, a very strong alliance, that will decimate the league, that will decimate Schmoedown and will one day rule them all. That would make Video Drew very, very happy.
Cool. So we're restarting the craft. Tough loss today. I'm really
It's the
excited
movie
to
geek,
see
isn't it?
what your partner's gonna be. This is gonna be exciting, right, guys? And we're back with
gonna be the
Brendan
movie geek,
Kid
isn't it?
Meyer. This is the kid we all love. It's gotta feel good to be back in the W column. I mean, obviously, Oyama gave you kind of a struggle, and then you won the hearts of America. And
America?
Schmoedown
What about the
worldwide with
world?
Your performance at Free
Forget
For All.
America,
This has gotta
the
feel good.
world.
Oh no, it feels so good, and it's really just a great relief to get back to 1-1. And you know, that first match was two things. You know, one, it was Paul Oyama. I have so much respect for him. I think he is incredible. And
That makes one of you, but okay.
well, as far as his maybe his attitude towards the league is not so great, but I think his knowledge is really great. And so I think that was a tough first match. And I also think I had some first match jitters, you know. And this time I felt a lot more comfortable up there. And the free for all gave me so much experience, and you know, being lucky enough to stay up as long as I did, kind of felt like I got an extra like 2 or 3 matches worth of experience.
Do you feel like that really helped build your confidence and be like, oh, okay, I can do this, and kind of kicks those jitters out of the way?
I think so. You know, it was really nice. You know, you come out, you have your first match, and it doesn't quite go the way you hope, and you think, oh, maybe I can't win in the league. And then, you know, I got into the free-for-all, which is so luck-based as well, but I got to really show my stuff and was really fortunate to get the shot. And Drew played great. She was coming right back there at the end, and I was glad to be able to pull it out.
Yes, Video Drew was fantastic.
Video Drew, yes. No, that was very, very funny. I wasn't sure. I mean, I didn't have a comeback. That was pretty funny.
We still don't know. We still don't know what's going on with that one,
Yeah.
but we'll find out. Speaking of alliances and stuff, what's this thing with you and William Bibiani, the Beast?
You know,
what's that about?
I mean, he's just been really, really supportive, and you know, he was there for my very, very first match against Paul, and he was very supportive beforehand. And I
Is
think
it
we
like
kinda,
a mentorship?
Yeah,
or
it
is
definitely.
it a friendship? Like,
I mean, I'd like to think it might be a bit of a friendship, but you know, maybe it's just a mentorship. But you know, he was really great. We kind of went through it at the free for all. You know, I mean, he obviously lasted way longer than I did, but we were up there together for a very, very long time. And I think we'd look over at each other sometimes, and I think a real connection was formed there. And yeah, he sent me a note today.
We went like this.
Good luck in the match, and yeah, it's been great. Yeah.
Yeah, you go through something like that together, you gotta form a special bond, right?
Totally.
So I guess the next question is, who's next?
I don't know. I mean, I'm up for anyone. I mean, I feel like I get better with every single match. You know, I felt like this match, I started great, had the perfect round, was a little wobbly in the middle there, Taike White or whatever came out of my mouth there.
It was close enough.
But I feel like
I'd
I'm
have given it to you.
Yeah, well, I'm getting closer.
You almost gave Jay Washington a heart attack off to the side of the stage, but other than that.
Oh, well, you know, I had to do, you know, I hadn't done anything awkward in the match, so I knew it was probably about time. But no, I...
Gotta make that quota.
Yeah, but you know
I'm
what?
just
It
really
worked out.
happy you've learned how to speak into a microphone now.
Yeah, I know.
As an actor, that's gotta be weird, where you're like, I'm used to it being boom.
Yeah, I think
you're like, oh, I have to speak into this.
honestly, especially at the beginning of the free-for-all, I really was like nervous, and I think I was just so focused
Yeah.
on the answers.
A lot of people noticed that at the
You're
free
like, was
for
that
all.
one right?
Yeah, I'm just like showing the board, hoping anyone can like see it. Yeah.
You're like, but I've got excellent penmanship. That's gonna get me through
I don't
this.
have that either. That's why I needed to take the time to make sure it was legible.
Oh, so anyone and everyone, you
Yeah,
are
I
just
mean-
ready to face whatever.
I don't think I've put it together yet in one match, but I really do think that as I continue to grow, my game can really get to a very, very high level. So I think that everybody in the league is scary, but I think I can hold my own with anyone.
I feel pretty good about your odds too. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see what happens. Back to you guys.
Well, you see that, Ken. I mean, look, Video Drew realizing that this is a big thing she walked into, and I think that she handled it with
Video Drew walked into a
unique
buzzsaw.
sensibility, with some grace, some class, talking in the third person. I like what she brought to the movie trivia.
I love that. We sometimes just got to dip your feet in that water, and eventually you jump on in and swim, and that's what I think we saw with Brendan the kid today. He's a very gracious, affable guy.
Stick my feet in this water.
Tell he's serious
Ah,
about the
hot tub.
competition here, and
Done burnt
that's not
myself.
in the future.
He wants to win bad, and you see the look in his eye where this is a competitive youngster we're talking about here. So I think he's got a bright future. Both competitors, bright future here in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. And us, well, our best days are probably behind us. But you can find Ken's new book, Why We Love Star Wars, and that is going to help fund both of our retirements. So pick that up wherever you
Your
buy
retirement?
books.
You got a great career ahead of
Walton
you.
Walton Books, unfortunately, my dream of having a book in there never going to come true.
like
Very
most
sad.
dreams. That
Very
is Ken Knapsack.
Mm.
I am Mark Ellis. Make sure you guys check us out in San Diego Comic-Con. It's where all the action is in the nerd community. And boy, do we have an incredible Schmoedown Saturday of Comic-Con. You can get tickets at theschmoedownlive.com. Speaking of Comic-Con, I'm doing some stand-up down there Thursday night. 2 shows at American Comedy Company. This guy's probably popping on there. I'll be there as well. You can get tickets at markellislive.com. For Ken Knapsack, Christian Harloff, I'm Mark Ellis. Baby Carrots saying, I love you. Thank you for tuning into the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Hey, I don't think we've ever met.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, he's wearing a different shirt, you notice.
Looks like you got a lot
I
of stuff
stole
going
it.
on with yourself lately.
Yeah, man. I don't get it. Everyone in this league is insane. It's just a bunch of sociopaths. It's crazy.
I for the most part agree
Sociopath.
with you with that.
That's the
assumption.
word of the day.
You know, I've been watching. I think, yeah, you need to be careful who you're rolling with, in my opinion.
What do you mean? Are you
just like start watching who you're rolling with.
Are you talking about Kaiser? Because I know the guy looks like a bargain bin Andy Serkis, but like, I don't think he's.
Well, I mean, just like sort of watch who you're rolling with. It's like is what I'm trying to say.
Are you saying maybe there's room in the Horsemen?
No. No.
I did not say that.
Well, then what are you saying? That just use your words.
Yeah.
And tell me what you mean.
Be careful who you're rolling with. You know what I mean?
Nobody here makes any sense. I don't understand.
I feel your pain, Eric, and I apologize again for stealing your shirt. Thank you, Eric and Tom and Mark and Ken and Video Drew and Brendan and Jen and the microphones and all the stuff that was present in the match. So yeah, the match was pretty good. Video Drew was very entertaining. The kid was very knowledgeable. If you put them both together, you almost get me. I don't quite have the knowledgeable part, if you didn't notice during this video. But yes, so I'm trying to remember how it was all put together. I'm trying to remember if Brendan Meyer was a part of the conversation about the future #1 contender. Somebody I remember in an upcoming match is supposed to play JTE. I don't remember if it was this match. I'm actually, more I think about it, I think it is this match. The winner of this match was going on to play JTE. They would then go on to play the winner of Chance and Paul, which is going to happen, I think, before the collision, if I remember hearing that correctly. And then those two players would then play each other, and I think maybe there's another match in there that I'm forgetting about. But yeah, going to be interesting to see who comes out on top, because eventually all of this is going to turn into a future #1 contender for the singles championship, where Dan Murrell will await. So yeah, a lot of fun, great match, very competitive. Very much looking forward to the next match. It's the team title match. Hopefully my Patreon question's not used for that match, because I think Jeff might be ticked. I think you all just want. Honestly, I don't know if it would be that match. Obviously, we're getting to the end of May, and my Patreon question ain't been asked yet, so it's only a matter of time. It's either going to be this week or the following week. So I hope it's not this match. I remember Family versus Inky in the Brain. It comes up. Can it be for that match? Can that question be asked for that match, please? Because I think Jeff's gonna hate me if that question indeed got asked for his match. Hopefully not. I will be praying and begging and hoping that does not happen. But yeah, we'll find out tomorrow when that match actually happens, or Friday whenever you see this, because I'll probably post this early for the Patreon people. But that being said, that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Always watch their content first. It is the right thing to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe to their content and to mine as well if you so choose to do. Join all the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown official content, the Facebook page, the Twitter page at the Schmoedown. the official website, triviasd.com, and become a patron if you can. It goes a long way. So, until next time, I will see you for the team title match between the Shire Wolves, undefeated, undisputed team champions of the world, taking on the odd couple of Mark Andreyko, Jeff Snyder. Will Snyder win a second team title? Will Mark Andreyko win his first title? Or will the Shire Wolves remain undefeated? Well, we will find out on Friday, tomorrow, whenever you see this. So until then, this is JTH. Thank you for watching, and until then, I bid you adieu-adieu.